Finding averages. Finding the average of a group of numbers presents a general picture of all the numbers. For example, during the 4 weeks of the month of March, Paul and Karen had combined incomes of $836.50, $775.75, $898.35, and $750.25. What is the average weekly amount they earned for the month of March? So finding the average, all we need to do is identify the numbers that we're working with. We know that they had combined incomes of $836.50. Well, let's make a note of that. And $775.75, $898.35, and $750.25. So to find the average of their weekly salary, because we know what all four were, all we're going to do is combine all four, add them, and then divide by 4. A very easy process. Let's do that. We have $836.50 plus $775.75 plus $898.35 plus $750.25 is equal to. And our combined monthly income would be $3,260.85. To find the average, let's divide this by 4. Divide by 4 is equal to, and our average weekly salary is $815.21. So the weekly amount average that they earned for the month was $815.21.
Farmers deliver their grain to elevators like these. Grain is then shipped to their various destinations. For the last 4 years, this grain company exported 967,780 tons of grain, 1,365,400 tons. For the following year, 1,785,970 tons, and for the last year, 2,050,250 tons. What is the average tonnage shipped for the last 4 years? What we have to do is add these 4 years together into our calculator. 967,780 plus 1,365,400 plus 1,785,970 plus 2,050,250 equals, total tonnage is 6,169,400 tons for the 4 years. So all we have to do in the calculator is divide it by 4. Divided by 4 equals, so the average tonnage is 1,542,350 tons of grain were averaged for the 4 years. These are Texas Longhorns. The International Texas Longhorn Association gave this report. 240 steers were entered by 23 ranches, and Texas Longhorn crosses took first place. Those steers were started on feed at an average weight of 678 pounds, and after 110 days, they finished at 1,052 pounds, with a 3.40 pound average daily gain. The ribeye average was 11.50 square inches. How would you like to meet this Texas Longhorn bull face to face? The information I just gave you on those scenes with those Texas Longhorns I got from the internet. It came from this article, Texas Longhorns, the Beef Market, Feedlot, and Packer Misconceptions. But what I want to stress is the importance of knowing mathematics. There's a lot of figures in this sheet. And I just put a few over here. For instance, you have to know your averages. Average daily gain, 3.4 pounds. And also the ribeye average was 11.50 square inches. You might say, wow, raising cattle, you got to know square inches? Yes. If you want to be a successful rancher, you should know, you got to know your math. There's a lot of money to be made raising cattle successfully. And they measure that ribeye. How big is that ribeye on the Texas Longhorn? And they important about averages, 3.4 pounds. That's rather interesting. How did they get 3.4 pounds? And so what they did, they had 240 steers, and when they came into the lot, it was 678 pounds. They took all the steers together, weighed them, and found the average of the steers, they weighed 678. When they left the lot after 110 days, they weighed 1,052 pounds. So how did they get 3.4 pounds average daily gain? And what they did was, if you take the 1,052 pounds, and we'll do that right here in the calculator, 1,052 minus, notice over here, their started average weight. This is when they left after 110 days. This is when they came in. So minus 678 equals, so in other words, in 110 days, they gained 374 pounds. So we divide that now by 110 days equals, so there you have the 3.4 average daily gain. Think about that. Every day gaining 3.4 pounds. Well, we'd blow up like a balloon, wouldn't we? But that's what these cattle average, how much weight they gain every day, 3.4 pounds. And I just want to stress that you might say, I'm going to be a rancher. Who needs math? Who needs square inches? All of a sudden, hey, you find out, if you read these kind of articles like this and go to the web, you'll find out there's a lot of math, even in a ranch, and that's true for a lot of occupations. So it's important to know your math facts.
Please pause the video now and complete the problems in your workbook. When finished, press play, and we'll continue with the next lesson.